Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss a very simple and one of the most useful remedy, especially when it comes to managing acute fevers and headaches, which is Belladonna. Now most of us use this remedy as an acute remedy, but in Matera Medica Viva, Dr. Vitulkas very nicely explains how this remedy can also be used in various chronic conditions as well. So guys, without wasting much more time, let's begin. But before beginning, we would like to share that we have linked this remedy to the famous character of Gopal from Golmaal movie. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you liked this video and hit the bell icon to get notified about our content. So guys, Belladonna is a remedy that belongs to the plant kingdom and family Solanaceae, and its common name is deathly nightshade. The main theme of this family, that is Solanaceae, is terror, rage and great violence. And the main idea or the main theme of this remedy is sudden violent threat from outside from which the person has to save himself by escaping from such a situation. Keeping in mind this central theme, we will now try to have a look at the various different aspects of this remedy. So when a belladonna person is in such sudden threatening situation, the first feeling that he feels is the intense fear. But this is only when the person is caught in any such situation, otherwise the person is quite courageous. A belladonna person usually has a great fear of dogs, animals or imaginary things, etc. In all his fears we can see that they fear only of those things which can suddenly endanger them or their life. In most of the cases, the fears are not so very strong and they just go away on slightest reassurance. But when the fear is quite intense, we get to see the characteristic belladonna state, which is severe palpitation, hard throbbing pulse, red face with a very strong desire to escape. Now, this can also be confirmed from our repertory where we can see belladonna in the rubric mind escape attempts too. Here we can differentiate it from stramonium, which too is a remedy for the same family, but stramonium in such conditions tries to cling to someone to get out of such condition. Another very important feature for which belladonna is known for is its anger. The anger of belladonna is very destructive and intense. It is such that they almost explode in their anger. In their anger, these people have a desire to bite, spit or tear things. In their fits of rage, they can even go up to a level of tearing their clothes, bed sheets or to a level where they can also kill someone. But the most important characteristic feature of their anger is that their anger cools down very quickly and they usually forget the cause of their anger too. In many of the belladonna patients, the anger arises out of a severe congestion that we see in the heads of the belladonna patients. Now, belladonna is also a very good remedy which is known for its great action in psychological cases, especially in those of schizophrenia or of those of insanity. A belladonna patient might have a various causative factors for their insanity. For example, disappointment in love, terrible fright, or any sudden grief or excessive anger, or from deceived ambitions, etc. Also, the reactions in such insanities too differ from a lot, where, for example, some patients might just start behaving in a very pompous manner where they would just start showing off their assets, or another type of patients might just start roaming and dancing on the streets, etc. Thus, to sum it up, we can say that belladonna mind state is characterized by sudden emotional or mental excitement, and this can also be confirmed from our repertory where we find belladonna in the rubric mind excitement, where belladonna is a 3-marked remedy. So now that we have understood the mental emotional picture of a belladonna person, let's try and understand its main action on the different organs of our body. So the sphere of action of belladonna mainly includes throat, headache and fever. So first let's begin with the action of belladonna on the throat. As we all know, this remedy is known for producing congestion at different organs of our body. Similarly, here too we see a lot of congestion in the throat. The throat of the person appears to be extremely red, hot and inflamed, and the tonsils appear to be enlarged. There is a great constriction or a burning pain which is felt in the throat mostly on the right side, and swallowing gets extremely difficult for these patients. The throat complaints of the belladonna person are worse while drinking. Now let's have a look at the action of belladonna in the cases of headache. In belladonna headache, the patient mostly gets it because of sudden exposure to the cold or to the heat of the sun, and one of the strange and characteristic ailments found for the belladonna headache is after haircut. The headache is extremely severe and mostly right-sided. The headache of a belladonna person is because of the severe congestion which they feel in their head. Apart from this, the patient also experiences a severe throbbing and a pulsating pain in their head. The headache and the congestion is so severe that sometimes the patient might even feel as if their eyeballs would come out of their sockets. The headache in the cases of belladonna gets worse on slightest motion of the head or by slightest noise, light or touch, and the patient feels better by tight bandaging. And in few cases the patient might also feel few concomitant symptoms like red face, throbbing of the carotids or visual disturbances. Now, belladonna is also an excellent remedy for fever, especially in those cases where fever is brought on by heat of sun or by exposure to the draught of cold air, etc. Now, chill and heat stage often alternate in the fevers of belladonna. The patient experiences severe chills which are so intense that they are not relieved even by the heat of a stove. In the heat stage of the fever, the patient has high fevers with a sudden rise of temperature, red face, and throbbing of carotids. The sweat is mostly absent, and if present, it is only on the covered parts of the body. Generally, there is an absence of the thirst in the cases of fever, and this can be an important hint for prescribing belladonna in the cases of fever. Now, at the end, let's have a look at the few confirmatory symptoms of belladonna. The first one is belladonna is mostly a right sided remedy having sudden violent onset of their complaints. The second can be these patients are extremely sensitive to the external impressions like the noise, light, jar, etc. The belladonna pains are throbbing, sharp, and cutting in nature. And in most of the cases, the belladonna patient have pains which come suddenly and also settle down suddenly. So guys, this was all about belladonna. We hope that you guys have liked our video and it proves useful to have a detailed understanding of belladonna. If you guys have liked this video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel